Today's sequence will feature lots of inversions. Had a request in a comment. Inversions meaning just lots of time upside down, lots of time with the head below the heart. So we're not talking handstands here. We're talking poses like plow, like what they mentioned in the comments, needle, dolphin, things like that. So come onto your backs. Lengthen out the spine. Heavy the calves. Soften the backs of the hamstrings. Let the glutes sink into the earth. Feel the space between your lower back and the floor. The heaviness of the upper back as the shoulders sink and arms heavy. Inhale, sense the lightness of the breath. While the body feels grounded, centered. From here, begin to roll the wrists and the ankles. Reverse. And take a long body. Stretch arms overhead. Length through fingertips to toes. Make a little sound. Exhale through the mouth. As the arms circle round. And the hands come to the sternum in prayer. Thank you for joining me for this practice. Namaste. Let's draw the knees in toward the chest. Make little circles to massage the lower back. Pardon me. It's allergy season. And reverse. Massage the sacrum. Let the low back release. And then pause, lengthen the legs to the sky, and rebend. Lengthen, rebend, and hug. Continue. To inhale to extend, exhale to draw in. One more time, we'll reach those legs up. We'll return to this later. Bend the knees, widen the knees, the sides of the ribs, and rock. From here, plant the feet back down and begin to rock through the pelvis. So there's a little tuck of the tailbone and then an arch in the low back as you release. Plant those hands down on the earth. And next time you exhale and curl through the spine, lift the sacrum off the earth and come all the way up into a bridge. So here we're in an inversion. Take another inhale. Exhale to slowly lower through the upper spine, mid spine, lower spine. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale to peel. Arms this time rise. Reach them overhead. Perhaps circle them round as the hips lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Again. 2 more, some more on the spine here. Last one, peel, reach, circle, and slowly wave through the spine as it lowers to the earth. Hug the knees, and again, lengthen the legs and pull them slightly toward your nose and just rock here. Legs away and toward you. Open the lower back. And then plant those feet. Extend the arms directly from the shoulder and allow the legs to drape to the right and the left. And just notice if the head moves along with the rest of the spine. And next time you rotate toward me, stay. Only so you can roll onto that side and press yourself up into tabletop. So on hands and knees or hands and shins. Let's take that right leg and extend it, reach it back. And then curl around through the spine as you pull that knee in toward you. Extend, neutral curves, and round. So if you like this. One more time, reach and pull that knee through, plant the foot, tuck the back toes and lift the knee off the earth into this low lunge here. From here, see if you can walk the hands forward to pop the back toes off the earth into a warrior 3 with the hands down. There's some inversion happening here. Point to the back toes, lift that leg a little higher into needle, nose toward knee. And then flex your back foot, set the foot down just a few feet behind you as you draw that right hip back into its socket, lengthen through the spine, and then fold. From here, step forward, hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold and step back into plank. Here, knees down perhaps, since it's early in the practice. Lower yourself to the mat. Perhaps come onto the forearms for Sphinx or take your cobra, high cobra or up dog. Exhale, lower the chest, press through the hands, and send your hips high into downward facing dog. Let's send that right leg high into the sky. And then pull it toward the body as you come forward into your plank. And then send it high into the sky again. Pull that leg through plank, high to the sky. One more here. Pull it through. Send it high. Bend the knees, stack the hips open toward the right. And then again, turn that kneecap so it faces the earth and draw that right knee in, only to set it down in the center line of your mat. So we're ready for the other side. Lift that left leg off. Pull it in as you round. Lengthen the leg, press through the hands, and round, curl, flex. Again. One more time, reach that leg long. And then bend the knee, draw the leg in, and bring the foot through the hands. From here, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and come into your runner's lunge. Broaden across the chest, inhale. And exhale to start to hop or pop that back, those back toes, walk those back toes in and lift the leg off the earth into a warrior three, hands down. Hips face the earth, pelvis faces the earth. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, point the back toes, point the right toes, send that leg a little higher if you can, and draw nose toward knee, needle. From here, plant that back foot a few feet behind you, lengthen through the spine as you draw the left hip back into its socket, and fold. Pause here. We're inhale, exhale to step forward, hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold and step back with the opposite foot into plank. Take any variation that serves. Knees can be down here as you roll slightly forward, bend the elbows to hover. Bring the chest through the arms into Sphinx or into the up dog. And tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's send that left leg high into the sky. Bend the knee, pull the leg through so you come into a plank. The knee into the chest. Extend the leg into that three-legged dog. And draw the knee in, come into plank. Feel like this. Last time. Draw. And reach that left foot to the sky. Bend the knee and stack the hips open to the left side. And from here, feet side by each. And we'll come onto the forearms for dolphin. Interlace those fingers, press actively through sides of hand and forearms. Try to broaden across the clavicles. I like to pull slightly apart on my mat as I press down. And you could walk those feet in to any degree. And send one leg high to the sky and set it down. Other leg, I like to point the toe and set it down. So if you like this. One more on each side. Last time. And let's come onto the hands and walk the hands toward the feet, toward the back of the mat. And start to clasp the elbows and rock or wave side to side, pardon me, with the torso. And we'll take those hands. You could take peace fingers, so index, middle, and thumb, and wrap them around the big toes. Or you can take those hands and place them underneath the feet to any degree for gorilla. You can bend the knees as much as you need. You can play with bend to straight. Just a few times here. And then release the hands, walk them back out so that you're in a downward facing dog. Lower those knees nice and wide. Sit your hips back into child's pose. Slide the hands in, roll up through the spine. If there's any dizziness, just lower back down and down, inverted for a long time. Let's take one leg out and then the other. Walk yourself to the center of your mat so you can lower your tush. Bring the hands behind the thighs and start to roll down through the back. Take the legs up into the sky. And from here, we'll prepare for shoulder stand. You could stay here instead and even have a little blanket underneath the pelvis, if that helps, or legs up the wall. Or inhale. Use the strength of your core to lift the hips up and bring the hands to the pelvis. And here we don't want to look around. You want to look straight up at the sky. Legs together, squeeze them together. See how high you can lift to the hips. As for the arms here, they slightly squeeze toward one another as the upper arms press down as well. There's this down and in. To broaden across the chest and try to breathe here. More inhale. And then, let's see if you can start to move the legs. Maybe you scissor the legs. You could just stay, play with the toes, wiggle the toes. Just see what it's like to bring one leg overhead and then the other. Then both legs return to point toward the sky. And you could bend the knees here or keep them, keep the legs straight and bring the legs overhead. So you're hinging at the hips. And the legs can stop anywhere along the way here. Again, keep the neck long. Look up at the sky. The feet might even touch down overhead, but don't force it. Intense stretch for the back and for the hamstrings. You feel compression in the front line, the front body. See if you can breathe here. More inhale. And find your strength here. Squeeze those legs together. Exhale to lift them high. Use the hands to support. And before we come down, a little bicycle with the legs. So circle the legs. If that serves. Stick with the scissors or stillness. See if you can reverse directions. Then pause, reach the toes a little higher, and see if you can engage the core to slowly lower it down through the spine as the hands slide along the sides of the body to help you lower. Hug those knees in. And set the feet down. You might just stay right here. Or inhale. And exhale to lift through the spine as we did earlier. But this time, take the hands underneath. If you can, interlace them. Otherwise, just palms down. Take one shoulder underneath and then the other. So again, the head is lower than the heart. So you press through the sides of the hands, press through the arms. You might just stay here because this is the exact opposite of what we did with plow. So it might be too much to go into wheel. But if you're someone who's really open, you might take it here. I'm not going to today because we didn't do a lot of shoulder prep, a lot of, what I mean by that is chest opening. For some people that might feel really good. Really press through the feet. Because this is also an inversion, no need to go into wheel necessarily. More inhale and exhale to unclasp the hands, slowly lower through the spine. We'll find our Savasana, which might also, if you want, could be legs up a wall. Or if you have a little prop, so it could be up a wall where you could stick a block or pillow underneath the pelvis, and that might help you just hang out here. Everything drain away from the feet. Or it might be a supported bridge where you take a little pillow underneath the sacrum and the knees are bent. So there's still a bit of inversion here. Inhale and exhale. Another breath in. And a longer breath out. If the legs are up, slowly bring them down so the feet can plant. If you're using a wall, you might roll onto your side. Remove any pillows you might be using or props and lower the sacrum to the earth. And roll onto your favorite side if not already there. Inhale. And exhale to take your top hand and press yourself up to seated. Just take those arms overhead. And bring those same hands to the forehead. May our thoughts come from our hearts. Bring those hands to the mouth and throat. May our words be compassionate. And draw those hands to the heart, where that love and kindness lies. May it flow through us. Sat Nam.